Hi.
Hi.
Well, it's been fun driving through the canyon. This is an interesting place. I wish I could do this in 3D. There's the road we went down. I'm coming back around to you. Hi there.
It's been fun. Thank you.
Alright, we're parked down there, and in the background there is the Double Eagle airport where Adam flies. And I believe this is a volcano coming up here. Dormant, I believe. And I'm standing on another one. There's Sandia Mountains and Albuquerque. And on around, and we should see the part of the volcano that I haven't climbed yet. Not a whole lot left. There's Sherry and Adam.
I don't know if there's enough wind. saying it's gonna be hard to get a running start.
And that's all the way around to the parking lot over there. Go.
I'm gonna shoot at that rock out there so Mom and Dad can see how long it takes this bullet to get out to that rock. It's a really slow moving 400 grain bullet. It's gonna drop some too, so I'm gonna probably miss.
Yeah, full second. Different about these.
These are the ones that I loaded myself, so we're gonna see if I can hit that object a little easier since I spent a little more time loading these. And yeah, I'm checking on them because they're doing stuff. Years.
Okay, is it scary?
Oh, that's a video.
Yeah, it's scary.
Okay, I'm gonna go on over here so you can see the view.
Okay, but don't fall.
Coming up with then I have to go get them. I want to build a cabin and then a zip line to Intel.
Okay. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Make sure you get the tram.
Oh yeah, there's the tram. Which is really much bigger.
How many people were on that? Do you remember?
I think it was 20.
It's over a mile to get to the first tower.
Way out there. Hawks. Three of them. Oh, pretty far. You can barely see it.
Having fun?
I am. Nature.
So, how do you feel?
Breathless.
We're at the top of the mountain.
I know. Do you see?
Let's look.
Beautiful. And windy.
A lot of wind noise up here. So you ready to climb another mountain tomorrow?
Tomorrow is rest. Look over there, that's pretty.
But yeah, there's me and then there's everything else.
Something did sting me. It's true. yet.
Now, mountains in the background. And as we come around here, there's the tramway, about in the center frame now. There's the path it takes. And there's Albuquerque. Hello, Adam. Hello, Sherry.
What is that? The ski lift over there? I mean,
Tram? Yeah, that's the tram.
It's a long way.
We're going.
This is from inside the cabin. There's the tramway off in the distance. Adam hanging on for dear life. Sherry taking her picture of Adam hanging on for dear life.
I'm actually trying to see
And
what
now
you're
out this window,
but I can't. It's too far away to even get.
there's interesting ridges on the mountains. And a couple more windows facing the same way. Looks like they've had a fire here in the corner. And then over this way. Takes it on around. Wooded area. Starting in the wooded area, there's the cabin. Funny name for a rock building, but it is a cabin, I guess. You can't quite see the tramway from here, the cabin's in the way. Probably can't see the cable either.
See the tram?
Is there a tram?
There it is.
I can't place it. Oh yeah, there's the cable
They're
down there.
passing each other right now.
Two trams
It's the
passing
midway point.
like ships in the night. And there's the city. And the ridged mountains there. An interesting flow over there in the mist. Back to the wood area.
This is Jaffa and South Lee. Go a little slower if you can. Okay, this was our house, I believe.
Just 30 bucks.
I wanted to show our house a little longer. Field is still behind the houses. This is
Lee and Westgate.
Lee and Westgale. Go ahead, and the approach. to Maine.
Just go straight?
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is Gale going toward Maine. The field behind the houses. New house, looks like.
Probably didn't have the Jehovah's Witnesses then.
Or the Roswell Fire Station number 5.
Or UHF 27.
Okay, you'll turn left here.
Or maybe you did have UHF 27.
I guess all those are new buildings. And that, I don't know what that is over there. Cemetery or country club or something, I don't know.
It's a dead grass farm.
Okay, this is Maine going toward church. Hove Street. That building looks like it might have been there. It's empty now.
I bet that was a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
Looks familiar. The structure looks familiar.
You're looking for that, what's the name of it? South Manor Baptist Church. Cattleman Southwest Steakhouse. I don't know if it was here.
Old apartments? No.
No, those don't look too old.
Here it is.
Oh, and there's the church. I think it's... I'm not sure if it's operating. Okay, this is where I was baptized. South Manor Baptist Church. Went to Bible school, Sunday school, and church here. They don't have a sign saying they're operating anymore, do they?
The best part about it, frosting. What else? Sweet. Who likes the back of the cake? No, no one likes the back of the cake. Who likes the middle? This one's the biggest in the middle. Yeah, me too. So people are like, why are you talking about the middle of the cake for this? Well, to me, this is probably the best part to me of the tour of the King's Palace area. So that's why I call it the middle of the cake, the best part. Have you looked around? This is called the King's Palace. When Jim White first made his way into the King's Palace, people always say, why is it called the King's Palace area? Well, he said it was fit for a king. It looked just like royalty coming in here. So that's why it's called the King's Palace. Another reason is because the formation that is in here looks like the King's Court. So, in just a moment, I'll tell you about that. Jim White, when he first made his way into the King's Palace area, he was blown away by what he saw, but he said, still, no one believes me. They think I'm loony. How am I going to get people to see this place? So he goes up to Carlsbad, starts talking about this, and says, hey, I need someone to follow me down here to take a few pictures. One young photographer by the name of Ray Davis, he's like, why not? I need to make, my name known. I'll take a few pictures. Probably not that big of a deal. He follows Jim White down into the natural entrance, but you people carrying cameras today, how much does your camera weigh? Oh yeah, people are laughing. Probably a pound, maybe a half an ounce if they're smaller. Imagine going down ropes and ladders with about 75 to 100 pounds of equipment on your back. That is how much his equipment weighed when he was coming down here. So he's throwing all this stuff, gets down to the natural entrance. Nehemiah starts taking pictures. Mind you, he could only take about 12 to 24 pictures at one time. So he starts clicking away. Jim White says, no, no, no. I need you to save this film for a certain area. back down all the way the next day. So, finally makes his way to the King's Palace, says, you're right, this is an amazing place, but how am I to take pictures in such a dark area with one lantern? So, he brought magnesium flares. Anybody a firefighter, cop in here? You see those little magnesium flares where, hey, something's happening. So, he would light those up. He'd have a good 5 to 10 seconds to take a good picture, and then the smoke would fill the room, and you have to wait an hour to take another picture. So, it was a very tedious process for him. So, he started taking pictures all over this area. What formation of back of me do you think became very famous of what Carlsbad Caverns is today? Maybe I'm going to guess. Right here? Oh my gosh, you're correct. Some people are like, yeah, I don't know. But yes, you were right on the dot. This is what, yeah, this is what made Carlsbad Caverns what it is today. You look here, this is the King's Court that I was telling you about. So he said it looked like the king and queen with all the townspeople surrounding them. However, they might have done something bad because there's a guillotine on top. So that is called the King's Court. So Jim White said, okay, take some pictures of that. So took some pictures of that, started posting it in Carlsbad, got in some newspapers, finally made his way to the National Geographic, as well as the New York Times, small newspaper that we know about, right? Made front page news. It landed on the President Calvin Coolidge's desk at the time. He looks at this and says, no way, I've been to New Mexico. This cannot be in New Mexico. What is this? So he calls one young surveyor, Robert Hawley. Robert, I need you to come down to New Mexico, see what this is all about. Robert Hawley laughs in his face, said, there's nothing like this, I promise you. He's like, but you're the president. I will do what you like. I'll take a good 2 or 3 days change of clothes. I'll be back in no time to tell you what this is all about. Comes down here, meets Jim White, and realizes that this is an amazing place. Instead of a good 2 or 3 days he's in here, he lasts about 2 to 4 weeks and doesn't even finish the whole cave. Goes back up to Calvin Coolidge and says, there are no words to describe how amazing this place is. If you didn't have cameras and you had to tell people about Carlsbad Caverns what it looked like, pretty hard, right? Yeah. So 1923 it becomes a national monument. During that time, he hires a first superintendent named Colonel Bowles. He wasn't a colonel though, kind of like KFC, just like the name. So, Colonel Bowles at the time, Calvin Coolidge says, well, I hired you, you need to make this place known, so do whatever it takes. He would bring people down here in the King's Palace, say, hey, walk around, take some pictures. He would have parties, committee meetings in here, weddings, just to make Carlsbad Caverns known. So if you look around here, and you see that's very flat, that is why. Because people would walk around here and do all these formations. We have pictures in here from a long time ago. All this was filled with formations. So it shows you what, but, you know, in the earlier times, they had no idea that it was to become famous, so that is why. So, during that time, they did have movies in here as well. Anybody heard the old movie, Journey to the Center of Earth? All right, that was actually filmed in Carlsbad Caverns. Some of it in the natural entrance as well as the King's Palace area. One famous scene that we know that was filmed in here, right over here, there was a man and a woman sleeping in a sleeping bag. They had a little fire going. They were hiding out from the villain that was chasing them, and the villain was actually sitting on top of this formation right over here. Anybody remember that part? All right,
yes.
Go back and read it. Funny thing was, the producer said it didn't look cavey enough, and they made more formations to make it look like a cave. Funny. Also, other things that have been filmed in here are gargoyles, Medicine Man. One of the most recent ones is Book of Eli. If anybody remembers, it's a very short part, and he's grabbing water for a canteen. Anybody remember that part? That was filmed in the big room, very short scene. So, also, producers have come to look at maybe filming a Tom Cruise movie here. We don't know for sure. But imagine Tom Cruise hanging from the natural entrance, Mission Impossible 8 or whatever it is. So, who knows? Everybody kind of freezing now? Yeah, this is when you start to feel it. It's kind of interesting. 56 degrees all year round. So if it's snowing outside, when it's snowing outside, you can come in here and it's We'll wait for the blackout. All right, so before we have this blackout, after everybody's taking their pictures, make sure everybody is sitting down on something because even though this is a pitch black, I want to make sure everybody is sitting down just in case we have an accident. So, also, before we do this blackout, I want to make sure that all cell phones, cameras, watches that you have that might glow in the dark, anything that turn off, your bright, shiny, smiling faces you dropped today, or the UFO shirts from Roswell that glow in the dark, just go over and hide those before we do this big blackout. Who's experienced a blackout before? All right, a few of you, good, awesome. All right, so what's going to happen? On the count of 3, the lights are going to go off here, and you will see what it looks like to complete a complete. It was a 3.8, it hit Carlsbad Caverns. No one felt it in the cave. So, whenever in your earthquake, find that cave. Yeah. Now we know. All right. All right. Everybody here now? Maybe. Yes.
Yes.
All right, good. Hi, Tom, how are you?
Good.
Doing good. All right. So,
The lady said we could stay up there in the front with her.
You're in the dark, wave at me. Say hi. Looks like they've had a really bad fire here. But the view beyond that is really nice. This is in front of the Carlsbad Caverns National Park entry.